So let's start transpiration. What is transpiration? So we know the basic, transpiration is the evaporation or evaporative loss of water from the aerial parts of the plant. Okay? Or you can also write transpiration is the loss of water in the form of water vapor from the leaves and aerial parts of the plants. It's the same thing. Okay? So this is known as transpiration. Okay? So all plants continuously absorb water through their roots. This water is conducted upwards through the stem and is distributed to all the aerial parts including leaves. Okay? Why? That's why we tell water movement जो plants में होता है, that is unidirectional. Okay? That is from roots to the upper parts. Okay? And the food transduction, transfer in the food conduction in the plants, that occurs in the both direction. They are bidirectional. Okay, so water is taken from the roots, it goes upwards, okay, towards the leaves. Only a small quantity of this water is used by the plant in photosynthesis. How much? Only 2%. So very, very, very less quantity, right? So very less quantity of the water gets utilized by the plant in photosynthesis and some of its maintenance activities, some of other activities, right? Rest 98%, okay, goes where? In the form of water vapor during transpiration. Okay, so rest 98% of water goes in transpiration. So what is so important in transpiration? Why plant invest so much of energy in it? Can you tell?
Ma'am, to cool down the temperature of the plant body.
Okay, anyone else? Gulshan, can you tell? Anyone else? Yes, can you tell?
Ma'am, can you repeat the question?
Why plant spend so much of its energy? It absorbs total so much of water and only 2% is actually utilized in photosynthesis and activities required by plants. Rest 98% goes as water vapor during transpiration. Why plant invest so much of energy in transpiration? Why is it so important?
Sir, ma'am, because of transpiration, there is a suction force created that pulls more water.
Okay, so fine, that is good, that is right. So there are two reasons which are given here in the book. Okay, one is to create the suction force, okay, so that plant can absorb water along with minerals and nutrients, okay, and which should reach to all the parts. And second is to cool down the plants, which was told by Vishal. Okay, so these two things are important for the plant to sustain any condition, because they are not staying like us inside a AC room, right? They have to stay outside and they have to face the extreme temperatures or whatever seasonal variations, everything. So most of the energy, most of the water absorbed by plant goes in transpiration to maintain the heat, cool down the plant, and also to keep the suction pressure on so that minerals can also be utilized and absorbed by the plants. Okay, so now there are few experiments given in your book to demonstrate transpiration. Okay, so this experiment someone can read. Diaz, can you read experiment 1?
Experiment 1. Take a medium-sized, well-watered potted plant, cover the plant with a transparent polythene bag and tie its mouth around the base of the stem. Leave the plant in sunlight for an hour or two. drops of water will soon appear on the inner side of the bag due to the saturation of water vapor given out by the leaves. The water vapor condenses only if the outside temperature is cool enough. A similar empty polythene bag with its mouth tied and kept in sunlight will show no drops of water. This is a control to show that plants transpire water in the form of vapor. If tested with dry cobalt chloride paper, the drops will be confirmed as water only if the blue paper turns pink.
Okay. Now, so everyone understood the experiment?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So next experiment is also there to confirm the same thing. So Vishal, you can read the next experiment.
Arrange three setups A, B, and C as follows. Setup A. Take a small well-watered potted plant. Preferably one with broad leaves. Enclose the pot completely within a polythene bag and tie the mouth of the bag firmly around the base of the stem. This would prevent the escape of water vapor from the pot. Now cover the entire plant under a bell jar as an A. Setup B. Arrange another similar plant and cover it with a bell jar exactly in the similar manner as the first one, except that here you also keep a piece of dry cobalt chloride paper by the side of the plant inside the bell jar. The paper may be pinned to a wooden stick or to a strip of cork sheet. Setup C. Take a third bell jar without the plant, but still containing a similar piece of cobalt chloride paper C. Now keep all the three bell jars together in the sun. After about half an hour, we observed that the first bell jar A would show water vapor condensing on its inner walls. The second bell jar B would also show a similar condensation, and at the same time, the initially blue cobalt chloride paper in it would turn pink. The blue color of the cobalt chloride paper in the third bell jar C does not change at all, and there are no water drops on the jar's inner walls either. The third bell jar in the experiment is a control which proves that there was no moisture in the air due to transpiration, as there was no plant in it. By taking the three bell jars as described above, there is a double visual proof of transpiration. Condensation of water vapor into droplets, and change of color in cobalt chloride paper. You may simplify the experiment either by taking B and C only, or by taking the bell jar A and another empty bell jar without the plant or the paper.
Okay. So we saw this experiment. This is also very simple and clear, right? Did you understand the experiment? What happened?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you explain what happened by seeing this diagram? Yes, Vishal? Or anyone else can also tell. Like Bias, did you understand what happened?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what happened here in short.
Ma'am, in the first bell jar, there isn't any cobalt chloride paper, but we can see the water droplets. So in order to check whether those droplets are of water or something else, they placed the cobalt chloride paper and then it turned pink from blue. And then in the third bell jar, they again placed the cobalt chloride paper, but there isn't any plant. So since the color of the paper did not change, it means that no water vapor is liberated, which shows that the water vapor is liberated by plants when they transpire.
Okay. So why cobalt chloride got changed into pink?
it is an indicator.
Why it is changing? What factor? Is it pH? Hmm? It is due to humidity. As humidity increases, cobalt chloride turns into pink. Okay. So next is measurement of the transpiration. So there are number of methods for measuring transpiration. So first method is weighing method. Okay, so what we do in weighing method? You can read Vyas this method.
Weighing method. A small lightweight potted plant can be weighed before and after the end of a certain period of time. The soil surface and the pot should be fully covered to prevent evaporation from the surfaces other than the plant. The loss in the weight by the plant during that time is due to the loss of water by transpiration. An improvement in the weighing method can be made by using a glass bottle with a graduated side tube filled with water and a tube fitted into as shown in figure 5.3a. The water level in the side tube shows falls to demonstrate loss of water through transpiration from the leaves. This would indicate the volume of water loss that can be compared with the loss of weight with the help of a weighing machine B or by converting centimeter cube into grams. 1 centimeter cube water weighs 1 gram.
Okay. So what is there in this experiment? Basically, what you have done, very light-weighted potted plant can be weighed before. Then after a certain period of time, okay, the soil surface and the pot should be fully covered to prevent evaporation from the surface other than plant. The loss in weight of by the plant during that time is due to the water loss by transpiration. तो यहाँ पे आप देख रहे हो ना, पहले प्लांट को अलग से वे किया, फिर उस प्लांट को पानी में डाला, सॉइल जो भी है इसको इस पूरे जार को क्लोज किया. It will have a side tube. Side tube will have marking. Okay, measurement. तो क्या होगा, जितना पानी का लेवल होगा तो एक लेवल तक ये ट्यूब में पानी होगा. Now due to transpiration some water will be lost. That water amount will be reduced from this bottle, and that water loss will be seen by decreased level of the water here in the side tube. So from the measurement we can understand how much water is lost, and there we can tell like how much water get lost in the during transpiration. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next experiment is also there, another weighing experiment for transpiration. So Gulshan, can you read this? Hello Gulshan, can you hear? Adarsh, can you hear? Okay. So because their thing is not working, so let me read. So another experiment can be made by using a test tube filled with water and inserting a leafy shoot, okay, with no roots in it, and pouring some oil on the surface of the water. Oil prevents any kind of exchange of water, exchange of gases. Okay. So the surface to prevent loss of water by evaporation. Place the test tube in a small beaker and weigh them together. Remove the intact test tube and keep it straight in the test tube stand for a few hours. Weight it again by keeping it in the same beaker Any difference in weight will indicate loss of water by the shoot. Since there are no roots to actively absorb water, the water loss through the transpiration will be much less. Okay. So the water loss compared to the previous experiment will be much less. Okay, in this case, because there is no root. If you keep the root, then there is proper water loss. You will see the water loss. Okay. Next method is what? Photometer. Photometer क्या होता है? Photometer means it is a device to measure the rate of water intake by a plant. Okay. So this is a photometer. And this water intake is almost equal to the water lost through the transpiration. So photometer बहुत सारे types के होते हैं, ठीक है? And it is used to measure the rate of transpiration. ठीक है? इसमें बहुत सारे जैसे दो तरह के स्पेशली पढ़ाए जाते हैं आपको, farmers photometer and Genong's photometer. ठीक है? ये दोनों ही यूज किया जाता है for the measurement of rate of water intake by the plant. Darwin's photometer helps to demonstrate suction force created due to transpiration, and karyophotometer, it is used to demonstrate unequal transpiration from the two surfaces of dorsiventral leaf. What is this line? What is dorsiventral leaf? Which has two surfaces. Any leaf will have two surfaces. One is dorsal surface, one is ventral surface. Dorsal surface is the upper one, ventral is the back portion. So when there is difference in the front and back portion of a leaf, so such leaves are known as dorsiventral leaf. Okay, so this particular photometer, karyophotometer, that actually demonstrates the difference in the transpiration from the two surfaces of this kind of leaf, which is known as dorsiventral leaf. Okay, so कुछ का आपको working बताया हुआ है. So let's see how Genong's photometer work. Okay, so Vishal, you can read about the photometer. Can you hear Vishal?
A twig of some suitable plant, example coleus, cut with a sharp knife is fixed in an apparatus as shown in figure 5.5. The entire apparatus is filled with water so that no air spaces are present. An air bubble is introduced into the horizontal graduated capillary tube which is dipping into the beaker containing water. This is done by lifting the bent capillary tube above the colored water so that air may be sucked in due to suction pull and is again dipped into the water. As transpiration proceeds, that is, as the water is lost from the twig, a suction force is set up which pulls the water from the beaker and the bubble in the capillary tube moves along. The readings on the capillary tube would give the volume of water lost in a given time. The air bubble can be brought back to its original position by releasing some more water from the reservoir into the capillary tube by opening the stopcock.
Okay, so this is how this Genong's photometer is working. So what this is the diagram of the Genong's photometer. तो क्या हो रहा है? एक यहाँ पे अपने ट्विग लगाई, ये वाटर लेवल है, ठीक है? ये कलर्ड वाटर यहाँ पे रखा हुआ है, ठीक है? And there is a air bubble, ठीक है? So a twig is cut and fixed in the apparatus. यहाँ पे the entire apparatus is filled with the water, ठीक है? So that no air space is present, ठीक है? उसके बाद one air bubble is introduced into the horizontal graduated capillary tube. ये horizontal graduated capillary tube मतलब क्या हुआ? Horizontal है, graduated means which is measured. Okay, measurement axis will be there, some measurement scale will be there basically. Okay, so graduated capillary tube mein one air bubble is introduced, which is tipping into the beaker containing water. Okay, then what happens? Then what we do? Here what is written? As transpiration proceed, as the water is lost from the twig, a suction force will be there. Okay, and because of the suction force, what will happen? Water from the beaker will be pulled towards the twig, right? And the reading on the capillary tube, you know, will give the volume of water lost in a given time. The air bubble can be brought back to its original position by releasing some more water from the reservoir into the capillary tube by opening the stopcock. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे बेसिकली आपका ये जो एयर बबल है वो क्या काम कर रहा है? टेल मी. Anyone? Vishal? Yes.
Ma'am, can you repeat your question?
What is the function of air bubble here? Gulshan? Anyone?
Ma'am, to measure how much water is uptake by the shoot.
Okay. Okay. So clear है ना? मतलब I just wanted to understand whether your concept got clear. यहाँ से हम एक air bubble introduce कर रहे हैं जो इस position पे रहता है, starting position पे. Now जितना water loss यहाँ से होगा, you know, from the plant here, what will happen? Due to the water loss, there will be a pressure, because water is getting lost. Water will be pulled upwards here towards the twig, and when water will be pulled, obviously the same bubble will also move. So whatever amount the bubble is moved in the scale will show that this much of water has been lost through transpiration, right? And then after, you know, the experiment is done, then through the reservoir, what we do, we again enter the water, and it goes, you know, to again put the air bubble at the initial point. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So potometer do not measure the water lost during the transpiration, but measures the water uptake by the shoot. Some of the water is used by the cells to carry out other processes. For example, you know, manufacturing food like photosynthesis, etc. So potometer should be made completely watertight, and the twig should be cut oblique. Why oblique? To allow larger surface area for the water intake. And under water, to avoid suction of any water bubble, any air bubble into the twig, which will stop the absorption of water into the xylem. Okay, so air bubble should not go under the twig. So this is what happens. Okay, so potometer आपने देखा वो how it works. This is a general potometer. This is Ganong's potometer. Okay, which measures the rate of water intake by the plant. ठीक है, this is most common. इसका आपको पूछा जाता है नाम. Ganong's potometer is used to measure the rate of water intake, not transpiration. Used to measure the rate of water intake by the plants. Okay, because what rate of water intake and rate of transpiration may vary, because some of the water will get utilized by the plant and its maintenance and processes. What are the limitations in the use of potometer? Introducing the air bubble is not very easy, because only one air bubble has to be introduced, its positioning and all. The twig may not remain fully alive for a long time. Okay, so the experiment period cannot be for a longer time. Any changes in the outside air temperature may affect the position of the air bubble also, right, in the capillary tube. So these were the limitations of potometer. Okay, Clear and limitations are clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's go to the kind of transpirations. How many types of transpirations are there? Okay. So transpiration can be of 3 types depending on the regions. So when it is occurring from through stomata, it is stomatal transpiration. If it is occurring from the surface of leaves and stems, it is cuticular transpiration. And if it is happening from the lenticels, that is minute openings on the surface of old stems, so we call it lenticular transpiration. So depending on which portion of the plant is transpiring, there are 3 types of transpiration. The major part of transpiration occurs through stomata, whereas other 2 types are very less, they contribute very less. So mechanism of stomatal transpiration. What is the mechanism? How stomata works, how transpiration works. So stomata are minute openings in the epidermal layer of the leaves. This you know all, right, about stomata. So a stoma is surrounded by 2 bean-shaped guard cells. During daytime, the stomata are wide open, primarily for the intake of the CO2. Okay, for photosynthesis. How many stomata are there on the leaves? Epidermal layer. This is the range. 1000 to 10,000 per cubic meter. Per square centimeter area. In stomatal transpiration, the water vapor escapes through the stomata of the leaf. Water after absorption by the roots from the soil rises up through the stem and reaches the tissue of the leaves through veins. A large number of spongy mesophyll cells in the leaves, okay, have their surfaces exposed to the intercellular spaces. So which particular kind of cells? Spongy mesophills में stomata ज़्यादा होता है, ठीक है? Then these surfaces of the cells give out some of the water as a thin film. The water from this film evaporates and the water vapor form saturates the air in the intracellular spaces. Okay, so the water vapor then diffuses into other connecting intercellular spaces and finally reaches the substomatal space from where it escapes through the stomata. Okay, so it comes from different zones, right? So you are seeing what all zones? So spongy mesophyll cells हैं, उसके surfaces पे intracellular spaces होते हैं, right? So what happens? How stomata works? So basically सबसे पहले the water will come where? To the surface, from the will form the thin film, ठीक है, on this surface, and then it will water vapor formed will saturate the air in the intracellular space, ठीक है. Where is the intracellular spaces? Here. See, these are intracellular spaces. These are intercellular spaces. These are intracellular spaces, right? So it will saturate the intracellular spaces. Okay? The air in the intracellular spaces, and then the vapor then diffuses into the other connecting intracellular spaces and finally reaches the substomatal space. Where is substomatal space? This is stomata ke just piche wali space. Substomatal space they will reach, and from here it will escape through the stomata. Okay? The entire movement of the water vapor from the surface to the cell into the outside atmosphere is a result of diffusion. So what is the process? How the water vapor is moving from one cell to another cell till the stomata? Everywhere it is through diffusion. What is the process? Diffusion. Okay. And the molecule, so you can write result of diffusion. The molecules of water vapor, like those of any gas, moves from the region of the higher concentration to the lower concentration. That is the definition of the diffusion, right? So the same thing occur here. So here in the figure you can see movement of water through a leaf. The cell sap in each cell exerts a turgor pressure outwards on the cell wall. This pressure forces some water out of the cell wall into the air space between the cells. Here the water evaporates and the water vapor diffuses through what? Through the air spaces between the mesophyll cells into the substomatal space, from where it will finally goes out by diffusion through the stomata. So here you can see, right? यहाँ पे सारी चीजें दी हुई हैं आपको. जैसे ये जाइलम वेसल थी सबसे नीचे, ठीक है. फिर यहाँ पे क्या होगा, इम्बिबिशन होता है एक प्रोसेस. इसके बाद यहाँ पे इवापोरेशन फ्रॉम सेल वॉल्स, ठीक है. Then diffusion, here it will go like this is the substomatal space, ठीक है. Small portion of water enters cells by osmosis. Mostly यहाँ पे सारा diffusion ही होता है, ठीक है. Osmosis is also a type of diffusion, right? So here, from here, water will keep coming, and it will go to the intracellular spaces and then to the substomatal spaces and then to the stomata. It will go out. ठीक है, clear है? Here also it is more clear. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the problem? I think internet connection problem is there. Everyone is getting disconnected in between. Okay. So further, the cells that lose water in this way replaces it by drawing more of it from the nearest vein. Most of this water travels along the cell walls, okay, by imbibition process, and only a small quantity enters the cell by osmosis. ठीक है. So osmosis से cell में बहुत कम portion आता है, mostly imbibition से आता है, from one cell to another cell, one cell to another cell. However, from cell to intracellular spaces and substomatal space, okay, and then stomata, it is all diffusion process. मतलब the overall thing is diffusion process, but among that osmosis is very less, imbibition is more. Okay, thousands of leaf cells evaporate water in this way, causing more of water to be pulled from below via the xylem vessel. The transpiration pull thus created can draw up water to about 50 meters or more in the tall trees. Okay, more transpiration, so ये भी important है यहाँ पे, ठीक है. कितना तक जा सकता है? About 50 meters or more tall trees. What is the tallest tree? Tell me. So I'll tell you, redwood trees are the tallest trees in the world. Okay, so the category of trees, redwood trees, they are the most tallest, and even they live for long time also. Okay, so they reach up to the height of 110 meters, like that, 100 meters normally. So more transpiration occur from the under surface of the leaf. Why? Because number of stomata is higher. Okay, important. More transpiration will occur through the from the under surface. That means ventral and dorsal surface है आपका. तो under surface means पीछे side का जो होता है leaf का, that portion. Okay, so there are more stomatal openings on the undersurface of a dicot leaf, and therefore more transpiration occurs from the undersurface. This can be proved by an experiment in which pieces of dry cobalt chloride paper are attached to two surfaces of a leaf and held in position by two glass slides on either side and tied. ठीक है, मतलब दो साइड में आप ड्राई कोबाल्ट क्लोराइड पेपर लिया आपने, दोनों साइड पे उसको स्टिक करके glass slides लगा के you have tied it. Now the leaf should remain attached to its own plant. the piece of paper which is facing the upper surface of the leaf either does not turn pink or it will turn pink but very less. Okay, and the lower surface one will turn pink much faster as compared to the upper surface. This proves that more transpiration takes place from the lower surface, which is on account of the numerous stomata found on it. So what is the reason of it? Because of the presence of high number of stomata in the lower surface of the leaf. Okay, is it clear till here? Is it clear to all of you? समझ में आ रहा है सबको?
Yes, ma'am.
Gulshan, am I audible to you also? Okay. So let's go to the next part, that is stomatal opening regulation. Okay, stomatal regulation of transpiration. How this stomata is closed and open, how it is regulated. So stomata are minute structures occurring in large number on the lower epidermis of a leaf. Transpiration occurs as long as the stomata are open, but it stops when they are closed. So the opening and closing mechanism of stomata is regulated by the amount of water and solutes present in the guard cells. The stomata open during the daytime. The diffusion of gases in and out starts fulfilling the need for photosynthesis as well as allowing transpiration. ठीक है? So जो stomata होता है वो daytime में open होता है more, right? And the diffusion of gases will take place for the photosynthesis. So if for any reason the water content of the leaf is falling short, the guard cell fail to remain turgid. ठीक है? So basically क्या होता है, इसका reason क्या है? आपका जो ये जैसे ये आपका क्या है, बीच में स्टोमाटा है, right? The opening is stomata, and ये opening किससे बनती है? ये opening बनती है because of the cell around it, और this cell is the green color जो आपको दिख रही है वो क्या है? वो guard cells हैं, right? These are guard cells, and these guard cells are usually bean shaped here, you can see. And ये guard cells जब turgid होंगी, ठीक है, turgid मतलब filled with water, इसके अंदर एंडोस्मोसिस हुआ है, बाहर से मतलब नियर बाई सेल से वाटर हैज कम इनटू इट, तो ये क्या हो जाएंगी? टर्जिड हो जाएंगी. सो व्हेन दे आर टर्जिड, ठीक है, सो क्या होगा? ओपनिंग जो होगी ओपन रहेगी, राइट? व्हेन दे आर टर्जिड स्टोमाटा विल ओपन, ठीक है. एंड व्हेन दे आर फ्लैसिड, मतलब जब इसके अंदर नियर बाई सेल से पानी नहीं आ रहा है, it is not turgid, it is flaccid. तो क्या होगा? Because of the flaccidity, the stomata, the opening will be closed. ठीक है, ये बेसिक पहला कॉन्सेप्ट है कि क्यों क्लोज हो रहा है. अगर ये guard cells they are turgid, so turgid होगी तो swell करेगी तो बीच का जो स्पेस है वो बढ़ जाएगा. Stomata will remain open, and if it becomes flaccid, तो क्या होगा? Flaccid होगा तो stomata will be closed, right? So now what can be the reasons? Is it given? What can be the reasons? So a more detailed account of closing and opening mechanism of stomata is given in the next chapter. Okay, so we'll see in the next chapter under section 6.4. So there are certain mechanism how these these cells, guard cells, they get turgidity or they become flaccid. So what can be reasons for it? Okay, so leaves of some plants will wilt during midday and recover in the evening. Why? Because midday में बहुत ज़्यादा transpiration होता है, water उतनी जल्दी it is not sucked up so fast from the roots as it is getting lost by the transpiration. So plants क्या करते हैं? Wilt कर जाते हैं. ठीक है. So in some plants like balsam, the leaves of the plant wilt during the midday in spite of the fact that there is plenty of water in the soil. In such case, the rate of transpiration exceeds the rate of absorption. Okay, this is important. So rate of transpiration exceeds the rate of absorption of water by the roots. That is the reason of wilting of a plant, right? The cells therefore lose turgidity. In the evening or during the night, the stomata are constricted and the temperature is not high. Therefore, there is no loss of water through transpiration and the turgidity of the leaves is required and they stand out erect. Okay, understood this paragraph? What happens during wilting and then why it recovers in the evening?
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Okay. So stomatal transpiration is controlled by the plant by adjusting the size of the stoma. Whereas this does not happen in the case of cuticular and lenticular transpiration. उसमें continuously होता है, तो उसका regulation नहीं होता उतना. Cuticle is a waxy layer secreted by the epidermis on both the surfaces of leaf. Okay, the thickness of the cuticle varies from plant to plant. What is the function of this cuticle? It serves to prevent evaporation, okay, of the water. So it prevents evaporation of the water. However, some evaporation does occur. The greater the thickness, lesser will be evaporation. ठीक है, ये बहुत common sense है. ठीक है, more will be the waxy layer, less will be the evaporation, right? Similarly, lenticular surfaces में, अच्छा इसका example क्या है? Cuticular surfaces, desert plants tend to have thicker cuticles. ठीक है, so desert plants are example for thick cuticle. So cuticular transpiration उसमें बहुत कम होती है. Lenticular transpiration में क्या होता है? Lenticels क्या होता है? ये आपके older stems पे present होते हैं. Okay, these are instead of stomata, they are present on the stems, older stems. ठीक है, and they also allow diffusion of gases. ठीक है, they never close, important है. जैसे regulate हो रहा था stomata, इसमें कोई regulation नहीं होती है. They remain open all the time. ठीक है, and therefore water continuously gets evaporated and contributes to transpiration. ठीक है, so obviously amount of transpiration from lenticel is comparatively more than cuticular transpiration, but very less compared to the stomatal. ठीक है, so both of these type of transpiration are very less compared to stomatal transpiration, जो कि आपके मतलब चैप्टर के स्टार्टिंग में अपन ने देखा था, right? So now let's see what are the factors which affect the transpiration. So can be external factors, internal factors. So what are external factors? First is intensity of light. So very simple, more the intensity of light, more will be your transpiration. And that's why transpiration occurs more during the daytime. Okay, this is very simple. Similarly, temperature. More the temperature, more will be the evaporation, right? So more will be the water loss. Similarly, velocity of wind. More is the velocity of wind, okay, more will be the evaporation. Okay, water vapor released during transpiration is removed faster and the area outside the leaf does not get saturated with water vapor. So it increases. Similarly, humidity. Humidity kya? It is inversely proportional. So if environment is more humid, transpiration will be reduced. Okay. So carbon dioxide में क्या होता है? So increase in the CO2 level outside, ठीक है, will cause what? Will cause stomatal closure. ठीक है, and stomatal closure क्यों? क्योंकि उनको ज़्यादा CO2 नहीं चाहिए, right? So stomata will be lesser, ठीक है, and that will decrease the transpiration. And atmospheric pressure. What is atmospheric pressure doing here? So if the pressure is high, ठीक है, then it will be decreased, मतलब inversely proportional. मतलब low pressure होगा तो suction होगा, right? अगर low pressure होता है तो क्या होगा? Transpiration increase कर जाएगा. ठीक है, अगर high pressure होता है transpiration decrease कर जाएगा. ठीक है, is it clear? All the factors are clear to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then let's see the internal factors. What are the internal factors? Water content. Okay, if the water content of leaf decreases due to obviously insufficient absorption of water by roots, then what will have? Wilting will take place and transpiration will obviously reduce. Okay, so such reduction in transpiration is indirectly due to the closure of stomata, and it is a natural mechanism of conserving water within the plant. जैसे अगर plant कम water absorb कर रहा है तो automatically जो stomata होगा वो close हो जाएगा to preserve the water, because obviously वो इतना transpiration में waste नहीं कर सकता है कि plant को उसके basic processes के लिए water becomes less, yeah, water is not available, so stomata becomes closed in case कि आपका plant प्रॉपरली अब्सॉर्ब नहीं कर रहा है या फिर सॉइल में जो वाटर कंटेंट है वो बहुत डिक्रीज कर गया है अचानक से. So now for these conditions, different conditions, plant has different adaptations basically to reduce the excessive transpiration, especially those plants which are in xerophytic areas or high temperature areas. Okay, so they have certain adaptations to reduce these transpiration rate. ठीक है, excessive transpiration को रोकने के लिए. Okay, so what are these? First is your sunken stomata. ये टर्म आप बहुत बात तक भी सुनेंगे. What is sunken stomata? Sunken stomata मतलब जैसे ये जो पूरी सरफेस है, आप अभी जो ऊपर ये डायग्राम देख रहे थे, no? This diagram, where it is? Yes, this diagram is, ये आपकी जो एपिडर्मल लेयर है, ये स्ट्रेट लेयर है. अगर ये यहाँ से यहाँ तक स्ट्रेट लेयर है, यहाँ पे एक हेयर है, ठीक है, रूट हेयर या फिर जो भी बोलो, ठीक है, these are there, root hairs or something is there, और ये जो है ये है स्टोमाटा. अभी क्या होता है, संकन स्टोमाटा मतलब स्टोमाटा अंदर की तरफ चला जाता है. ठीक है, नाउ यू कैन सी ये जो पूरी की पूरी ये जो हेयर से कवर हो जाती है, ये जो हेयर्स है, हेयर से पूरा कवर्ड रहता है, और ये जो सरफेस ओपन जो सामने की तरफ होना चाहिए था, नाउ व्हाट हैज हैपेंड, ये बिल्कुल अंदर की तरफ चले गए. ये सारे जो स्टोमेटल ओपनिंग्स हैं, दे हैव गॉन इनसाइड and the structure has modified itself in this way. Hairs are there and stomata is now sunken, so very less loss of water will happen because stomata is not open to the atmospheric condition so much. Okay, so this is known as sunken stomata. ये किसमें होता है? Example है Nerium. Okay, then less number of stomata, that can be another thing. Number of stomata will reduce. Then narrow leaves. ठीक है, लीव का जो साइज है जैसे नेरियम में ही होता है, उसमें क्या होता है, बहुत नैरो या बहुत थिन स्पाइन टाइप्स हो जाते हैं. ठीक है, बहुत पतले पतले लीव्स हो जाते हैं. ठीक है, सरफेस एरिया जो एक्सपोज होता है लीव का वो भी रिड्यूस हो जाता है. ठीक है, सो जैसे कि रोलिंग, लीफ रोल्ड हो जाएंगी या फोल्डेड हो जाएंगी. ठीक है, दे विल बी मॉडिफाइड इन अ वे दैट the exposed surface area should get reduced. Okay, and then loss of leaves. ये क्या है, इसमें क्या होता है, leaves may be dropped. So बहुत सारे plants क्या करते हैं, ये एक habit होती है to adapt the situation. They will drop the leaf, or the leaves will be very less, or they will be converted into the spines. ठीक है, जितने भी cactus होते हैं उसमें यही होता है. ठीक है, so this loss of leaves or complete modification of leaves. Then thick cuticle, ये बताया मैंने, banyan tree या बहुत सारे ऐसे होते हैं जिनमें cuticle का layer बहुत thick हो जाता है to prevent the transpiration. Okay, so all these are your adaptations to reduce the excessive transpiration. Okay, so this we have already discussed starting mein hi. What is the significance? First is cooling effect. Second is suction force. Okay, transpiration help in the ascent of sap by producing suction force acting from the top of the plant. Evaporation from the leaves concentrates cell sap and increases their osmotic pressure. ठीक है, so basically क्या होता है, आपका जैसे ट्रांसपिरेशन होगा जिस भी सेल से, लीफ की सेल से, म्यूजोफिल सेल से हो रहा है. ठीक है, सो क्या होगा, जैसे ही ट्रांसपिरेशन होगा उस पर्टिकुलर सेल का वाटर विल बी रिड्यूस्ड, राइट, वाटर हैज लॉस्ट, सो टोटल जो कॉन्सेंट्रेशन है वो कॉन्सेंट्रेशन में वाटर का अमाउंट डिक्रीज कर जाएगा, राइट। सो वाटर का अमाउंट कॉन्सेंट्रेशन उस सेल सैप में डिक्रीज किया, सो नियर बाई सेल सैप में यू नो कंपेयर टू दिस सेल water content will be higher. So what will happen according to diffusion law, diffusion का जो phenomena है, water should move from higher concentration to lower concentration, that is osmosis, right? So water will move from the surrounding cells to that cell where diffusion is occurring, where transpiration is occurring. Okay, so as this water comes from the nearby cell to this, सिमिलरली वो जो नियर बाई सराउंडिंग सेल्स है उनके जो अटैच नेबरिंग सेल्स हैं उनके कंपैरिजन में उनका भी सेम चीज यू नो pressure will be low and then water from the higher concentration will move to the water of lower concentration. Similarly one by one ये एक प्रेशर सक्शन फोर्स क्रिएट होता है, ठीक है, जो कि ऊपर जहां जहां ट्रांसपिरेशन हो रही है फ्रॉम दोज लीव्स दिस प्रेशर सक्शन प्रेशर is formed in those leaves, or it will form a chain of pressure which will reach to the root and it will it will pull the water. Okay, usko hum suction force bolte hain. So evaporation from the leaves concentrates cell sap and increases their osmotic pressure. ठीक है, तो इसी चीज को जब वाटर लॉस होता है, वाटर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन कम हो जाता है सेल में, तो हम क्या बोलते हैं, ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर बढ़ जाता है. तो ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर के टर्म में वाटर मूव्स फ्रॉम लो ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर टू हाई ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर, तो इसका ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर बढ़ता है एंड इट विल ड्रॉ वाटर फ्रॉम द नियर बाई सेल्स, ठीक है, एंड इट विल गो ऑन इन सीक्वेंशियल मैनर and finally favors absorption of water from the soil by roots. So transpiration helps in providing this suction force. So this particular figure represents the transpiration stream. कैसे जाता है, यहाँ से नीचे से होते हुए ऊपर जाएगा and it will go outside, right? So this is the way water will move and the suction force is produced from top and it will pull the water from the root. Okay, what is the third process, third advantage of transpiration? Distribution of water and mineral salts. So हमने mineral salts की बात नहीं की. Water एक तो suction pressure के लिए है ही है, cooling के लिए भी है, but water is needed by the plant, right? Similarly mineral salts are also needed by the plants. So since leaves are present at the tips of all branches and twigs, transpiration from their surface tends to draw water towards them and thus helps in the distribution of water throughout the plant body, and also the mineral salts which are dissolved in the water also reaches to all the parts of the plant. Okay, is it clear?
Yes ma'am, clear.
Okay, so is transpiration an excretory process? No. Okay, why? It is not appropriate to tell it is an excretory process, but it is basically to elimination of excess water. Okay, excretion, however, wherever it occurs, is a deliberate active process carried out by the organism to get rid of unwanted and metabolic waste substances. तो यहाँ पे waste substances को हम eliminate नहीं कर रहे हैं in transpiration basically, but it is to cool down the body basically. ठीक है, so it cannot be considered as a excretory process. ठीक है, then there is a difference between evaporation and transpiration. पूछा जाएगा, what is the difference? Tell me, what is your understanding? Why evaporation is different from transpiration? Yes, Vishal. Because others can also
Ma'am, can you repeat?
Transpiration and evaporation, what is the difference? We also evaporate, right? मतलब normal evaporation कहीं से भी होता है. What is the difference in transpiration and evaporation? Okay, this is given in your book, so you all can see. Evaporation में क्या होता है? Evaporation can occur from any water body, non-living, right? And this is a normal physical change which is controlled by the atmosphere. Okay, and it is a very fast process. Transpiration will happen only in the aerial parts of the plant. Okay, it is vital for the plant body. Okay, it's partially physical, not completely physical, because it is controlled by both internal external factors, and comparatively it is a slow process. Now let's see another term. Okay, so अच्छा अभी तक सब clear है? Is there any doubt?
No doubt, ma'am.
Okay, so what is guttation and bleeding by plants? Okay, it is a direct loss of water. So guttation में क्या होता है? Guttation is to pour out. तो leaves जो होती हैं कुछ plants की, so वो क्या करते हैं? They exhibit droplets of water along their margins in the morning. ठीक है, इस तरह का आपको देखने को मिलेगा. Water droplets will be at the margin of the leaves. ठीक है, so this actually occurs mostly in the growing parts. You know, plants growing in warm, humid conditions. ठीक है, so a humid environment hamper transpiration while the roots continue to absorb water. ठीक है, so basically क्या होता है? Humid condition में क्या होगा? Water is being pulled up through the suction force, ठीक है, from the roots. Now transpiration has to occur, but because of the humid environment outside, what happens? Due to the humid environment, the water which gets evaporated, means transpired, again gets condensed at the margins. Okay, so you know, this build up a big hydrostatic pressure within the plant and forces out the excess water directly from the tips of the veins in the leaf. ठीक है, vein tips से क्या होता है? Because of excessive नहीं, because of continuous intake of water through roots, it reaches to leaves. It has to go out. Now because the environment is outside is humid, it is not getting out through stomata due to the temperature. Okay, but due to the but it you know, forcefully it is ejected out, you know, from the tips of the veins. So this is called guttation. Okay, so special spore bearing structures, you know, are there which are you know, which help you know, in this guttation. उनको हम क्या कहते हैं? Hydatodes. ठीक है, they are hydatodes, like not stomata, but guttation occurs through hydatodes. They are present at the margin of the leaf to allow this exudation. ठीक है, so guttation के बारे में और क्या दिया हुआ है आपको? Guttation in many plants, just a second, Mr. Guttation can be observed in many plants and is quite common in banana. ठीक है, banana you can remember, strawberry you can remember, nasturtium I also don't know which plant it is, I have to check. Okay, so bleeding is what? Bleeding is you know, that happens only due to injury. अगर plants को injury होती है तो sap, जो cell sap होता है वो बहने लगता है, so उसको bleeds बोल सकते हो. जैसे हमारे अंदर blood होता है, plant has cell sap, you know, as you cut any plant, okay, due to the injury you know, from the ruptured portion, you know, cell sap gets escaped and we call it bleeding. And summing up, what? So total आपका जो भी है, that is given in 5.13. Okay, you can see the diagram here. So all the processes are given overall जो भी इस chapter में था. ठीक है, so I think the chapter is done here. Is there anything which is which you did not understand or any doubt? The difference between transpiration and guttation is very important. ठीक है, this is very important. you know ये आपके एग्जाम से पूछा जाता है बहुत बार, ठीक है. So any doubt, anyone, any process which you want to understand again? Vyas, is it clear to you? Vishal, is it clear? Everything is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Take it. Then we will end the class today here because we won't start a new chapter now. Acha Vishal, your chapter is done, na? Matlab the chapters which were for test, is it
Yes,
all
ma'am.
complete? Okay. What all chapters are coming for the test?
Ma'am, transpiration, photosynthesis, and circulatory system.
Okay. Okay. So chapters are done, and so we will take your test tomorrow for environment. Okay, and then we can have test again. Okay, on Sunday. Okay, Sunday we will have again test on these chapters. Okay, transpiration and photosynthesis. Photosynthesis
Okay,
मैंने आपका टेस्ट लिया है क्या?
Yes, ma'am. Photosynthesis liya hai.
Okay, so then you give only on transpiration. Or you want both the chapters together? It will be a revision for you all.
No, ma'am. Only transpiration is enough.
Is enough? Okay. Okay, fine. So transpiration we will take on Sunday. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Everyone is ready now? Gulshan? I will share the chapter in the group today. Sunday evening, 6 to 7, 7:30 like that. Please remind me also. Sometimes I forget. Okay. So please remind me. So tomorrow evening we have exam, right? From 6.
Yes, ma'am. From 6 to 8.
6 to 8. So similarly, Sunday also will have 6 to 8 only. Is it fine, Gulshan? School classes, evening. So at what time you are free on Sunday? Is it fine if I take the exam from 3 to 5? Okay. Is it fine for you all also? Vyas, Vishal, Adarsh और Arnesh तो है नहीं अभी.
Yes, ma'am.
Vyas, please reply in the chat box. I think there's some network problem. Okay, so Sunday we'll have from 3 to 5. Okay, and tomorrow we'll have from 6 to 8. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Chalo then, see you all. Okay, all the best. Bye bye. Good night.
Good night, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.